This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Corey, I thank you for worshiping this way. It's coming from your heart. I've given you the tools to sing many different ways. Even your Bruce Springsteen's on point when you're not singing karaoke versions on the podcast. I know, 'cause I gave you the voice.
And co-host Marney Winfield.
So that makes it even more frustrating because I want to just turn around and be like, everybody, he really is here for a good reason and a pure and honest and godly purpose.
It's June 9th, 2022. We're never going to play that again. It's a one-time thing. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marney Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. One of the longest intros ever, but it was a fun one. It's a new open. I've been talking about putting new opens together for a while, and I figured I would do one today, so I did.
I like it.
Thanks. Glad you could make it today. A little miscommunication. We're doing a little late. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Mm-hmm. Today I went to Cadillac. There was like a Wexford County Defenders of the Peace Justice Criminal background. Like, it was a really weird name. That wasn't it, but it was a name. It was like Understanding and Living with Addiction.
Okay.
I thought that was a little weird. So I thought, with that kind of name, I think I need to show up a little bit, you know, and I mean, we live recovery 24/7. You know, it's in our blood. It's what we do. It's what we talk about. It's how we have to live to stay sober. And for other people, it's a job. For some people, it's helping out their family members. You know, it's different for everybody, and it's cool that people even want to get together to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So big props to them. But there was some things there that I was like, I started writing notes down. Like, all right, I got to say something about this, because it was a panel discussion kind of thing where like people would present and talk, and then at the end they could ask questions. And everybody was asking questions to the doctor, because of course there was a doctor there, and a pharmaceutical company. It's hard to say that word.
Oh, wow.
Was there talking. And it's funny because we just started watching Dope Sick the other day on Hulu. Uh-huh. And, you know, I blame pharmaceutical companies, and it's all their fault and this and that. And hey, man, yeah and no. You know, they are trying to help people with the pain. And did it get out of hand? Absolutely. And did they care? I don't know. But now that they're being forced to pay all this money back, and, well, who do you think's designing all these other drugs? You know, like, hey, now you got to take this to get off opiates. And I have some people that I know say, you know, Suboxone for them, it was harder to get off that than it was actual heroin. And, you know, when they were on that, they just kind of used it as well, when I run out of heroin, you know, I'll take some Suboxone, you know, I can sell them. I mean, it was just like a whole opening the box of all kinds of bad stuff. And then they were like, yeah, and then if I get this shot, Sublocade, you know, then, you know, I just won't do heroin. I'll do other drugs. I'll do meth. And it was kind of the same for me when I was on a Vivitrol. It's like, well, what can I do now? Well, I tried to drink. My body was drunk, but I didn't get like the euphoric, like, ooh, like buzzed feeling, as you'd say, or some would say. So I started smoking pot, you know, and at the end, I did ask our friend Laura, because she was up there. So I threw her the question, you know, I kind of said what I just said there, you know, about me and the Vivitrol and looking for pot, and other people looking for other things, meaning there's trauma there. You know, there was something that I was trying to cover up. I was using these drugs to cope with whatever stress or trauma that I had, you know, and I think dealing with the trauma is the way to really kind of get to the root of the problem. Not giving you another drug to take to get off this drug, and it's made by the same company that sold you the other drug that's paying all this money. You know, like, does that even make any sense? Like, I just wanted to yell, wake up, people. Like, can we get to the problem? You know, and sometimes it takes 60 days, 90 days. Sometimes it takes 10 times in rehab. That's what it takes, you know, and I think just throwing more drugs at it, and then, okay, well, what's the side effect? Oh, there's no side effects. Oh, no, there's no withdrawals. Yeah, we've heard that before. You know, like, stop telling me that. I'm not buying it anymore. Stop it. You know, and the doctor's out there, well, this would help that. And I drank, you know, and as much as I drink when I would go into the hospital, it'd be like 0.4, you know, blood alcohol level 0.5, some stuff, you know, like I was going to feel like I got hit by a train. There was nothing that they could give me that would make me feel better. Mm-hmm. And I had to write it out. The only thing that made me feel better, drink more alcohol. And that in the hospital is not an option. So I don't know. I just kind of look at that like, why are we doing this again? You know, but I did kind of throw that out to Laura, and she picked up what I was throwing down, and she was like, yeah, you know, like, you got to just stop putting the Band-Aid on. I don't think she said that, but she said some good stuff about it. And I think some people kind of thought, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like, that's a good point. You know, the whole time we've just been talking about putting people on other drugs to get them off this drug. And there's more to it. You know, addiction is a weird thing, and it's hard sometimes. And so that's what I had to do. And I had to not ask every question or try to not make fun of, but like prove my point, I guess is a better way to put it. And I had to prove my point to everybody that, you know, was saying stuff that I wasn't too keen on. But I think I made my point at the end though pretty clear. So that was fun. And Casey went with, and he helped answer a lot of the questions that people came up to our table to talk about, you know, stuff. And it always seems like I'm talking to somebody.
When people come up to the table?
Yeah, I'm always like talking to somebody. And then they want to come up and start asking stuff. So it's great to have people like Casey to come along and, you know, be a part of that. So it's nice to have interns.
That's cool.
That's what's up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on about the debate about MAT, which is the medically assisted treatment, which is what you're talking about. And
they call it something else now. They call it mode.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, medically, I don't know, something.
I mean, the way, this is just my personal opinion, the way I look at it is a way of kind of a harm reduction mentality about it. I think that if it's, I don't know, it's hard to say, but I think that if you're at a spot where that you're ready for recovery, and you're ready, and you've been really deep in your addiction, sometimes it's a mental thing for people to be like, to like ease into eventually being off of everything if it's closely monitored, and there is an end goal when the whole idea of MAT is presented to them as like, you know, there is this option for you that is proven to help with cravings, etc., in this kind of window of time after going from a hardcore heroin user to being off of everything. And then the idea is, you know, eventually coming off of that, and that's monitored, and it goes along with therapy and counseling and meetings and all that stuff. I think I've seen it work. I've seen people that it's worked for. So, I mean, I have a hard time saying that I'm completely against it, but the people that, you're right, that are just, they're on these high doses of Suboxone for how long is that going to go for?
Right, and then they start getting off of that, and the withdrawals are horrible, you know, and I guess they could wean it down or whatever. I'm not sure, but what happens to the person, like say my mom, but she never got hooked though, but somebody who goes in to have knee surgery and they get hooked on pills, and then what happens to them? You know, like, does their doctor put them on this stuff? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really know. But do they need to go on medically assisted treatment? You know, yeah. I mean, are they running from trauma?
No, but I'm saying the medicine itself is addictive. Like it messes with the chemistry of your brain, mm-hmm. right? So I think that the biggest fault that those companies had, and that's in that show that we're watching, Dope Sick, is that it needs to be out there, 100% out there. Like, this is an addictive drug. Mm-hmm. What I'm prescribing you, your body can get addicted to. You can become addicted to, and you will need more and more to feel okay. It does work. It does help with pain management. but this is something that you cannot be on long term, and that I'm going to give it, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to give you this. This is what your ailment is. You know, you had a surgery or your back or whatever it is. And then what's the end game? Because you cannot be on this long term, because your body will want more no matter what I tell you. But I don't want you to be in pain. You know, the communication piece needs to happen for it to not become an abuse for people that are, you know, that are initially starting off to feel high. They're feeling because they legit have a medical need for it. You know more than anybody that when you're hurting, like, you can't function, right? You can't. Yeah. And so you need to have help with it. You know, if people become addicted to it because they're looking for a high, you know, you're still that same tolerance level happens. Right, more and more and more and more. They
start you out at 10 milligrams. Well, eventually you're going to need 20, you know, depending on the pain or like if you had knee surgery or how that goes. Maybe they start you off at 20, but, you know, in a couple of weeks, it's not going to be the same, you know, and you might need more. And that's where I think, you know, the doctors are afraid, and even the pharmacies. You know, I had that problem with Walgreens, and I'm like, why am I having to explain anything to Walgreens? You know, like my doctor, I work closely with her, talk closely with her for the most part, and probably not as close as I should be. But, you know, when I do get a script from her and I say, look, this is what's going on, and I had to, you know, take more, and here's the deal, and here's why. And she says, okay. You know, I explain it to her, and she gives me like a week at a time. And then the Walgreens is like, no, it's too soon for all that. And that's where I think it really creates a problem, because, like, first of all, Walgreens, I mean, I don't know if they got sued, but I know some of the pharmacies were getting sued and all this too. And I think
good for them.
They're just trying to clear their name, like, hey, we don't want any part of that.
I think they're trying to be careful.
But if the doctor says, hey, look, I wrote a prescription for this man to have this.
Yeah, but so did all those other doctors that were writing these prescriptions for people that didn't really need it. So they're just trying, I think across the board, they just are trying to be careful.
Why didn't they need it?
The people that originally, in the show,
got them hooked.
Yeah, because they were drug seeking.
Well, no, they were pain relief seeking, I think.
Yeah.
But once you're hooked, you still should work with your doctor to get off of them. You know, whether you're getting Suboxone or anything, it's still medically assisted. You know, if you got to wean off of them, you still need them. And with my pain situation, it's freaking weird and it's so annoying. I don't even want to talk about it. It sucks. But there was a few weeks where I didn't take anything. It was great. And then, I'm back in the hospital again. You know, and it's such a freaking everybody should get their gallbladders removed. Just saying, today, go get it done. Wish I would have done it in 2015. But anyway, it's different. It comes and goes, and there's different levels. And I don't know. I was talking today at lunch. I'm like, I don't know if people die from this. You know, if gallstones are going up into your liver, what happens? I don't know, but it's painful. And when your body experiences pain, I was told that something's wrong. You know, something's not going right. So I don't know. I started thinking today, like, I wonder if I could die from this. My doctor was like, I don't know. I've heard of this happening, but I've never seen it before, which is nothing you really like to hear your doctor tell you. And that was the gastrologist that told me that. So again, yeah, not a person I want to hear that from. So I just don't know. But it's just like, it's lasted so long, and it's been since like November or whatever it's been. And it's freaking, it's annoying. But anyway, yeah. But for Walgreens to step in and go, I'm not going to do it. That to me creates an opportunity to call Larry, who knows Bill, who got some stuff from Kevin, who knows the guy, he got some stuff from this dude in Texas. Well, the dude in Texas is putting all kinds of stuff in it, and he's got a pill press.
It's just a super fine line.
I don't know. I just think it's creating a need on the black market, because if I knew somebody who had something, but he thinks it's this, he thinks it's just, this is what it is. Yep. This is the same medication your doctor got, but I got it from this dude. But it's not. It's not what it is at all, you know. And next thing you know, I'm overdosing, and I'm like, what the hell? I think that's where all the problems come from. I mean, how many people were taking it from the doctor and were overdosing? I still think more people die from alcohol every day than that. You know, you could take a bottle of Tylenol if you wanted, and that's not going to be very good for you. You know, like, I don't know. I think if you work close with your doctor, but I just don't see how Walgreens could step in and be like, no, I know your doctor wrote that for you, but no.
They're just trying to be super cautious, is all. I'm not saying they're right. I'm just saying that's what they're doing. They're like, I'm sorry. Let's not do that because we don't want to piss off Corey Winfield. They're not thinking that at all.
No, they're thinking, he can go buy those on the black market then.
I'm not saying they're right, babe. I'm just saying that that's where they're coming from.
Well, I asked to speak with people, and they have not called me back because they don't care about Corey Winfield, and they don't care about you, Marnie.
Okay.
They don't care about my mom, my brother, my sister, my family. Nobody. They don't care about that. I'm never buying milk from Walgreens again.
Good. I hope not.
Teach them a lesson. But for real, though, that to me is part of the problem. And I think that the more people talk about it instead of just running away and, no, not my problem, not my thing, if that would help. Just saying. I had a bunch of things I was going to talk about, but I can't read it. I'm too lazy to pick up the piece of paper and put it up to my face.
Wow.
I know.
It's right there.
Yeah, it is. Well, we got vacation stuff to go on, and we'll do a podcast from the road. I got a new setup thing that I'm excited to try out.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
I have to do a bunch of stuff tomorrow afternoon from the road.
Drive. What, do you remember what comedian we're seeing? It's a big panties tour or something.
I want to say it's Laura something.
Yeah, we're seeing her tomorrow.
I apologize that I don't know that. I should know that. And I didn't bring my phone in here.
We don't owe that woman anything. But she's a national comic that books places around.
Well, I mean, I hope she's good because the tickets were not like cheap. And apparently it's in DeVos Performance Center. Is that right? Did I say that right?
It's kind of like a little hall.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not like in a garage somewhere.
Yeah. It's not the other place we went to in Grand Rapids.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I thought it was quaint.
Yeah, only because we had front row. If we didn't have front row, you would not have liked it.
Probably not.
I don't know. You probably still would thought it was funny, but you wouldn't have thought it was as cool as it was. So we saw Jay Moore. That was a fun time. But yeah, it'll be fun seeing a comedian and kind of get away. And of course, I turned a big faux on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta create one of them Facebook donation things. Donate. I'm gonna do, if I can do it for like $10 million, I'm gonna do it.
Don't do that.
Why?
Because that's just okay. Do it for whatever you want.
Like, what if there's a millionaire out there, a billionaire out there, like Mark Cuban, who just is like, you know what? Today I'm gonna find the highest birthday donation on Facebook, and I'm gonna donate to whatever it is, and they come across my 10 million and they're like, psh, there you go.
Should I return your gift?
No. It's for the company. It wouldn't be for me. It'd be for the company. They would donate that to the company.
I know.
Anyway. All right. Well, that was a short one and sweet one, I guess. But yeah, we'll do a podcast on the road.
Okay.
On Saturday, but thanks for listening, and that'll do it for tonight.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll fill you in on our trip.
Yeah, shout outs, though, real quick, though. I did write these down. Brian, big shout out to Brian D., Yo Mama 2, John H., Paula, and Christina.
Nice.
I'm giving them shout outs now. I don't think they listen, but I'll just throw it out there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Shout out to Emmy, who's been helping me a lot with my grad school stuff. I really look up to her. She's an amazing therapist. I should turn around to listen to us, not this particular show, but just in general. But yeah, she's awesome. And to Carrie and Jason and Mike and Rachel and to Devin and Lisa. Shout out to all them.
Thanks for listening or not listening. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Stu. This was interesting today. I met a guy. He said that our podcast is big time, blowing up, and that we help a lot of people with it, and that it's great, and I'm funny. But he's never listened to it.
Oh, okay. How does Stu know this?
You're killing me. Next caller.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. This is a preacher guy. Yeah, he said that's just what people told him.
Oh.
But we're really helping people.
That's cool. Thanks, Stu.
Yeah. Listen to another one, Stu. If this is your first podcast, listen to another
don't
one
have this be it.
that we did before 11:30 p.m.
I literally was sleeping for like an hour and a half before he came in and was like, "Are you going to do this with me or what?"
Yeah, I've been in there waiting. But thanks. Thanks, Stu. It was nice that you said those nice things. So.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Yeah. Talk to you on Saturday.
Night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. And we hope you come back for our next episode.